Okay, guys, got to get my last video in here before I take off because trying to upload a video on an airplane, even if you pay the extra for the Wi-Fi, it doesn't work too much. And more than likely, I will be missing the fireside chat. So no fireside chats until we roll back in home, probably maybe by Friday. We'll be actually um, get in tonight. Tomorrow, we're actually going to move everything to storage and we're going to start driving back. That's right, we're driving back in a Jeep tomorrow, me and my daughter. Um, we'll probably just get out of LA and just try and get a few hundred miles under our belt, get a night's rest, and then hit it early in the morning. And who knows what sights we'll see. But this will be kind of cool to have a road trip with my daughter and maybe see the Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam and see how low the lake is and see some of the other sites on our way across the country. I love road trips, but my daughter, she sounds a little bit, it's funny, I sounds a little bit pensive about it and unsure, but I'm ready to hit the road. But anyway, if you like football and you're missing football, I have great news for you because as we go through, this is another Sunday without football. Guess what? There's one less Sunday a year without football. That's right. The NFL is going to a 17 game schedule. Players aren't happy about it because, let's be honest here, it's hard enough to get guys to make it through a 16 game schedule. That's another week less for recovery. You've already added more playoff games to it, so that means there's more teams that'll be in the playoffs. And when you think about it, if you're somebody that plays for 10 years, you're playing over half a season more than you would just playing those 10 years. So you'll probably see careers that will be shortened. And of course, the NFL, what they've done is they basically said, we're going to do less training camp and less practices and probably less preseason games. And in my mind, that sounds great if you're a player because nobody likes to practice. But in reality, your body kind of gets used to the pounding, the regimen, and calluses. Kind of like my hands. Because I've been doing woodworking all these years and stuff, they pretty much have built up kind of a tolerance to, getting splinters and things like that. If you are new to it or you don't do it very often, you're more susceptible to, getting the splinters and the injuries and blisters and things like that. And this is part of the problem with the NFL. In fact, I could correlate when we used to have, 4 preseason games, and actually back in the day there were 6 preseason games a year. 6, yeah. You go way back, 6 preseason games, and guys had training camp where you had 2 a day practice, a special teams practice. They worked on the fundamentals and things like tackling. So instead of just using your head as a weapon and just trying to deliver a blow, what they used to do was teach guys how to properly tackle. Get your head across the body, use your shoulder and your arm, and wrap up and drive through the guy. You had violent hits, but they weren't violent hits to the head. And since they've cut down back in the last collective bargaining agreement, just listen. Okay, saying you got to wear a mask. Okay, neck gaiters aren't good enough anymore. But anyway, a lot of the fundamentals, and you could look at the Dallas Cowboys team this year, and you looked at like pursuit angles. We had guys that just literally could not follow where they're supposed to be going. You've got to go to the point of attack, not where the person is. You look at some of the tackling that we had, guys were not wrapping up the thing. So you're going to see, with less practicing, more injuries. You're going to see more sloppy play. But, that's what the NFL wants. The NFL gets 17 games. And for the Cowboys, what does that mean? That means we will be playing the AFC East. And the way they'll be stacking up, of course, is the division winners will play the division winners. So Washington will be playing Buffalo. Good luck with that, Washington football team. The Giants will be playing Miami. We'll be playing New England, and the Eagles will be playing. Who was the? No, the Jets. New England. Yeah, the Eagles will be playing the Jets. So the Eagles got an easy game there for themselves. Um, yeah. So that's where we are. So for Jason Garrett, he's probably clapping right now because let's face it, there will never ever be another 8-8 season. So does Jason Garrett hold the record 8-8, 8-8, 8-8, 3 8-8s in a row? A record that now physically cannot be beaten. All right, we have boarding in 14 minutes. So I guess that's the flight attendants. So I'm kind of curious here. So I was stupid and didn't eat anything today. It is 5:30. I won't get to LA until, well, 12 o'clock my time here. And my wife said, well, why don't you get something to eat at the airport? But they just said you have to wear your mask the whole time here. So explain to me how you eat with your mask on. And FYI, I'm kind of paranoid. I'm really paranoid. It ain't coming. It ain't coming off. It ain't coming off till I get one-on-one with my daughter. Okay. As you can tell, I'm bored. I'm really bored. I am really excited about seeing my daughter. My daughter has my daughter has you know, missed her family. She missed going to my brother's funeral. One of her aunts on her mother's side ended up passing, and she's had some, you know, sad times and things. And you might remember me doing a hair video, my one and only hair video, because my daughter was thinking about cutting her hair off and she wanted to know what my hair looked like curly. And that's one of the reasons why I've let my hair kind of grow and curl with it, because I'm kind of letting it grow to kind of grow with my daughter. So I've been kind of living, it sounds crazy, kind of living and thinking about my daughter with my hair, because it's kind of fun to run through it and it just reminds me of her. You know, it's crazy. You never stop being a parent, and you never stop missing your kids. All right, peace out, y'all. I'll see you on the other side of the country.